Peace everyone, welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me. If you are new, I am Zawena, aka ZuZuNatural. I am the owner of Inner Outer Balance Crystal Shop along with Cosmic Crystal subscription box. If you're interested in learning more about either of those, information is in the description below. I make videos about crystals, self-care, love, wellness, healing. If you're interested in any of those topics, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Today we are going to talk about crystals, and we're going to continue with our Crystals for Your Chakra series. And we are going to talk about the throat chakra. If you're interested in hearing about the crystals for your throat chakra, stay tuned. Today we're talking about crystals for your throat chakra, which is your fifth chakra. If you have not watched videos 1 through 4, please go ahead and watch those first. I really want you to start at the root and then work your way up. It just helps you have, in my opinion, a greater understanding of how the energy system works and how energy flows. And so the throat chakra, I'm sure you can guess just from the name that it has everything to do with your communication. It is the center of communication. And so it is your expression, your self-expression, speaking your truths, communicating clearly and effectively. And so other people understand you. And so you are able to convey what it is that you are thinking, because it's one thing, right, to think something, and then it's another thing to be able to put it in words for other people to actually understand what it is that you are thinking. A lot of times you're like, okay, so I know what I want to say, but how do I say it? Well, that is the energy of your throat chakra. Color associated with the throat chakra is blue, which is why I'm wearing all these lovely blue crystals. Well, I'm always wearing this one, but these other lovely blue crystals. If your throat chakra is in alignment, if it is balanced, then you are able to express yourself freely, fully, clearly. You're able to express yourself without fear of judgment. You are able to communicate with others so they actually understand you, and you are a good listener. So that's also associated. It's not just speaking, but it's also understanding and hearing when other people are speaking to you. When your throat chakra is in alignment, you're able to speak your truths. You're able to express clearly, freely how you feel about whatever it is, fill in the blank. And when you do this, it's not just that you're able to speak your truths. It's not just that you're able to communicate. It's also that you do it without fear of judgment. It doesn't matter whether someone likes or dislikes. It doesn't matter whether someone agrees or disagrees, because it is your truth. When your throat chakra is out of alignment and particularly blocked, you may not feel free to express yourself. You have issues with communicating. You might be fearful of being judged when you speak, so you don't speak. Particularly like if you are in public, you may not speak in public. You may not speak up at a meeting or at work or wherever you are. You may be shy. When you speak, you might mumble or, have a hard time just communicating what it is that you want to say, because you don't have the confidence to speak and say what you want to say. And that is your throat chakra being out of alignment. Obviously, the confidence also stems with other chakras as well, which is why I was saying it's all a complete energy system, and you want to build upon them and make sure they're all in alignment. But it's the actual speaking part is the throat chakra energy. So if you find yourself at work and at meetings or in relationships and not able to speak up for yourself, not able to communicate clearly and effectively, or you just feel like you are afraid or fearful to do so, your throat chakra needs a little bit of work. On the flip side of that, if you have an overactive throat chakra, then you talk too much, right? You do too much talking. You do a lot of gossiping. You don't listen. You interrupt people when they are talking. That is indicative of an overactive chakra. So remember, we were saying that being out of alignment can be a blockage or some stagnation or overactive. So on the physical body side, associated with the throat chakra is your head, your ears, your mouth, your neck, your shoulders, All of that is associated with the throat chakra. So if you are out of alignment, you might have issues with one of those areas. So you might have headaches, particularly migraines or just frequent headaches. You might have a lot of dental issues, a lot of dental problems. You might have like a stiff neck or issues in your neck, really tight, stiff shoulders. All of that is associated with the throat chakra energy zone. Also your thyroid, if you have thyroid issues, that might be indicative of being out of alignment in that energy zone. There are numerous ways to help bring your throat chakra into alignment, into balance. And like we spoke about in other videos, yoga. Yoga is one of those ways that you can help bring your energy centers, your energy zones, your chakras into alignment. And so the throat chakra is no different. Yoga is a mind, body, spirit activity, which is really one of the best ways I feel to just revitalize your whole essence, that mind, body, spirit connection. Those are like the best practices for me personally. But there are certain poses. Of course, there are a lot of poses in yoga, but poses like the cobra or shoulder stance are really good for opening and having your throat chakra in alignment. The color blue is associated with the throat chakra. And so using that color to help align you and balance you is a wonderful way to do it. Now, of course, you'll want to supplement that with other things, but let's just say you're doing your yoga. Maybe you're wearing blue when you're doing your yoga. Or maybe you have a speech and you're a little nervous. You don't know what you're going to say or how you're going to say it. Maybe your confidence isn't where it needs to be in regards to speaking your truths. Put some blue on. You will be amazed at how it really shifts and changes your vibe instantly, just instantly, because that vibration changes your vibration. And so wear some blue jewelry, maybe wear a piece of blue jewelry right here on the throat chakra, some sort of choker with lapis or some other stones, which we'll get into later, but utilize that color blue to help bring your throat chakra zone into harmony. Ram. So if you do any mantras when you are doing meditation or you're just doing your mantras and you're chanting Ram, like Ram, you feel it in your throat, that vibration and the humming in your throat. You feel that, you know it's working because you can feel it hitting that zone. Ram. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. I'm gonna give you a second. Okay, so you can do that. Also, singing and humming is excellent for the throat chakra. And so okay, I was gonna say I'm a singer, but I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I do not sing, and I don't sing particularly well, but I enjoy singing. I love it. So once upon a time, one of my old coworkers at a job many moons ago told me, "Do you realize you're always singing?" I did not realize it at the time. Like, if I'm just sitting there working or just sitting there, like I'm always humming or singing a song, like really low, like whatever song I'm listening to, because I'm a big music person. And so I didn't realize it until she said it. And after she said it, and this was like over 10 years ago, like every time I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I'm like, oh my gosh, she was right. I am always singing or humming. And so that is a beautiful way to help bring the energy of that zone, that throat chakra energy, into alignment, singing and humming. Of course, be mindful of what you're singing. Creative self-expression. Maybe you write poetry. Maybe you write songs, maybe you do some sort of performance, verbal performances. It's a really great way to exercise your throat chakra. I'm doing it right now by speaking to you. Now, it is a little different because you're not like right here in my face, which I do realize gives a different energy to the situation, but it's a great way to exercise that energy zone to help get it in alignment. Your food, of course, blue foods like blueberries are excellent because they are holding that energy signature or that vibration of that energy zone. Also, wheatgrass, mushrooms are associated with the throat chakra zone. And of course, crystals, which we are going to talk about. So there are so many blue crystals. I'm just going to show you some of them. We have blue apatite. This is blue apatite. I have a lot of blue apatite. I was really feeling this a couple of years ago. It was just like my jam. I just had to have it. Blue apatite. And of course, I have these crystals in the shop. I always have to do a shameless plug, just so you know. I do have these, especially these little gorgeous little palm stones. And so blue apatite, lapis lazuli. Now, lapis lapis lazuli is also associated with the third eye chakra, and we are going to speak about it more there. However, it's also associated with the throat chakra. So lapis lazuli, I'm wearing a lapis lazuli ring as well. Amazonite. So we talked about Amazonite in the heart chakra video, but remember I told you there were different shades of greens and blues, and so this is one that's a little more blue. We have calcite. This is a Caribbean calcite. Has a really nice ocean kind of blue-green color. Shadakite. We have shadakite. That's really nice. I like shadakite. Angelite. Angelite is one of my favorites. Angelite has a really beautiful, soothing blue tone. Aquamarine. I wish I had bigger pieces of aquamarine to show you. I have some somewhere. I just couldn't find them. But this is aquamarine. Aquamarine is a really gorgeous one, especially when it's in gem quality form. So, so beautiful. Sodalite. We're going to talk about this one. Sodalite. Chrysocolla. We're going to talk about that one. Chrysocolla. Celestite. Oh, celestite. And blue calcite. We're going to talk about blue calcite. I have some other blue calcites for you to, you don't need to see that. Unless you do, that's $17, just in case you want to know. And of course, I'm wearing some jewelry. I have lapis, I have kyanite. Now, I don't have the kyanite bracelets in the shop. I need to get them. They're so gorgeous. This is high quality, gem quality kyanite. It has the most beautiful shimmer and shine. I don't know if you can see it. And then I have an angelite bracelet, and I showed you my lapis, and I have turquoise. Turquoise on. Turquoise is actually one of my favorite throat chakra crystals. And surprisingly enough, I'm not talking about it today. I don't know why, but I just kind of, the ones that speak to me, that's the ones that I choose. And for some reason, I didn't think of turquoise until just now. But there are numerous crystals that are associated with the throat chakra, so that's why I wanted to show you all of those, but we are going to talk about a few of them. Blue calcite is what we are going to talk about first, and look at that. Now, I don't know what the first thing that comes to mind when you see this, but it's probably that it's soothing. So blue calcite is known for being a soothing, balancing stone. So it helps soothe and balance the emotions, and you can kind of tell that just from that light kind of soothing blue. It's really excellent for helping you speak with clarity, but also I would say speaking with clarity, but not really harshly, right? Because there's different ways to say things, right? There's different ways to get your point across. And I feel like this one gives you more of a peaceful kind of vibe when you're trying to communicate. It gives you a more softer communication style. And so if you have a communication style that might be a little harder, a little harsher, a little more fiery, I find in particular fire signs. So if you are a Sagittarius, a Leo, or a Aries, you may be a little harsher with your words as far as other people hearing it, and sometimes just softening it a bit. I am not a fire sign, but my Mercury, which is your communication, is in Sagittarius. So sometimes, so I'm speaking from experience. I'm not just saying like, hey, fire signs. I'm speaking from experiences. Sometimes I need to kind of soothe and bring down and soften my words when I'm speaking. Sometimes I do. So this is a really good one, particularly for those fire signs if you kind of spicy and fiery with the communication. Blue calcite is also excellent for transmuting negative energy into positive energy. So it's really a really good one to carry with you if you are going to be around maybe some unsavory energy and that's going to really be out of your control. You might want to have this to kind of like affect your energy vibe, your mood. And it pairs really well with aquamarine. And so blue calcite and aquamarine work really well together for balancing the throat chakra. So if you wanted to do some pairings, though, that's a good one. Chrysocolla. I love Chrysocolla. This Chrysocolla is from Peru, and it is the most beautiful Chrysocolla ever. I had a necklace made from Chrysocolla when I was a teenager. I remember I got it. It was a lady that used to have a table at the mall, and she used to wire wrap crystals, and I fell in love with Chrysocolla. It was the very first time I ever saw it. I had to be maybe 13, 14 years old, and I wore that wire wrap Chrysocolla forever. Like, I wish I still had it, but I wore it forever. forever. I remember me and my cousin had matching ones. You couldn't tell us anything. We had our little wire wrap Chrysocolla. And at the time, I knew about crystals, but I didn't know about crystals, if you know what I mean. So like, I knew I liked them. I knew that they had like really lovely energy, but that probably was the extent of what I knew about them. But I knew I loved Chrysocolla. That's what I did know. So here is Chrysocolla, and this is just such a beautiful, beautiful stone. Chrysocolla is the stone of communication. So yes, it's excellent for communication and self-expression, but it's particularly wonderful for teachers or those who give lectures or speak for a living. It's excellent for that because it helps you keep that energy zone in alignment, which you depend on because that is what you do for a profession. Also singers, it's excellent for that, or spoken word artists, poets. It's a wonderful stone to have, to use as a talisman, to just have in your pocket, or to have as jewelry or bracelet, necklace for you to do, so you could just stay in alignment since you depend on that for a living or for your profession. So Chrysocolla is excellent for that. It's also very a soothing stone that's soothing for the emotions, and as you can see, it just has like a feminine energy that just makes you feel kind of good. Or at least it makes me feel kind of good. Like when I had this when I was a teenager, I didn't know why I wanted it. Obviously, I just like the color. And I want to say something about that really quickly. A lot of times people think that there is a right and a wrong way to choose crystals, and they'll say something to me like, well, I just got it because I like the color. That is okay. That's a wonderful way to choose a crystal, because you like the color for a reason. Now, you might not be able to connect in your mind why that reason was, but that color is giving off an energy frequency. It's giving off an energy signature that is connecting with you because you like it, you need it, you want it for whatever reason. So picking a crystal because you like the color is totally fine. It is a wonderful way to pick a crystal. I'm just telling you that because sometimes people feel like they're doing something not right when they do that. You're doing everything right. Pick that crystal based off of the color. It's okay. Last but not least, we have Sodalite. And sometimes people confuse Sodalite with lapis lazuli, but they are different stones. And so Sodalite is associated with the throat chakra. It's also associated with the third eye. I love this one because it's really a nice bridge between the two. So it's a nice bridge between your communication and your wisdom and your inner knowing. And so when you connect your wisdoms and your inner knowing and your higher thoughts and vibrations with your voice and with your truths, oh, you have a powerful combination. So I absolutely adore Sodalite for that. Sodalite is a stone of insight, so you have wisdom in your expression. And like the other crystal I spoke about, it is excellent for poets. It's excellent for public speakers. Pretty much most of the, if not all of the blue stones are going to be excellent for that. But there are some that are just like, yes, this one, that one. And Sodalite's one of those ones. It's excellent for your writers. It's excellent for anything having to do with speaking your truths or even writing your truths. You may not actually verbalize them, but they are still your truths that you would have verbalized, but you just wrote them instead. So Sodalite is excellent for that. It also helps stabilize the mind. It's really good for the emotions. And so if you have any anxiety or depression, it's really good for that. That blue is just really calming to the emotions. Sodalite's also very excellent for the EMF protection, so your electromagnetic frequency protection against that electromagnetic smog from your cell phones and electronics, your microwaves, all of that. This is excellent for that. A really good thing to do is take a little piece of Sodalite and pop it on your computer. So if you have a desktop or a laptop, just take a piece of Sodalite and place it on there, and it's excellent for EMF protection. So how do we use these crystals to help balance our throat chakra and bring them to alignment? We always want to mention that because it's nice to know what crystals you can use, but you also want to have easy ways to use them. Now, crystals are going to do their thing no matter what. Just keep that in mind. The energy that they have is the energy that they have, and they are going to be what they are. Simple as that. But always keep in mind that in regards to working with crystals, you are working with crystals. Crystals are not working for you. You are working with them, and you're utilizing the energy that they have to help lift your vibration, but you are doing the work. You are always doing the work. And so sometimes I hear people say, I got this crystal and it didn't do anything. Oh, it did something. It does what it does. It released the energy signature that it has. It was doing its thing. It's you that didn't do anything, right? And sometimes we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that we didn't do anything. We think that we get this crystal and magic, poof, it's done. And that's not the way it works. And so there are lots of ways that we can utilize these crystals in our daily lives to help bring our throat chakra in alignment. Of course, my favorite way to utilize crystals is in jewelry form, as adornment, because not only does it look good, but it's also functional. So here we have a Sodalite pendant, and the way you would wear this is you would put it on a very short chain, and you could have it here, just right on your throat, resting on your throat. This is wonderful because the back is out and open, so you've got that energy just resting on your throat and really helping to bring that energy zone into alignment. So that's how I would wear my jewelry. Obviously, you could put it other places, but that's a really good place to put it. You could also wear them on your arm. You could wear it anywhere, but it's just a really nice place to set it there. And you can have any of the crystals associated with the throat chakra, like I have here. I have the lapis, I've got the kyanite, I've got angelite. This is sodalite. So you could do that, wear it. You could also lay down and do a body grid. I talked about this in other videos. I told you this is one of my favorite things to do. It is something that I actually do as part of being a crystal healer. Is I'll do crystal energy body work on people with laying crystal grids on them, and you can do this to yourself, which is the beauty of the whole thing. It's very easy to do on a basic level. Obviously there's levels to it, but the basic level of doing it is very simple. You'll lay down, you'll take your stone, so you can take a piece of sodalite, for example, and you'll place it on your throat area, and you will just let it sit there. You can do various things from that point. You can be mindful and aware and just kind of tap and tune into the energy of the sodalite. See if you feel anything different. See if there's a change in what you felt like before you put it on. Or you could just lay there. You really could just lay there. When you do that, it's best for you to work with a crystal energy healer, because then they can do the work as far as helping to bring your throat chakra into alignment. But you would just place that there. You could do a whole body grid with your other crystals, or you could just work on your throat. It does not have to be sodalite. It can be any crystal associated with the throat chakra. So that's a great way to utilize your crystals in balancing your throat chakra. Also, home decor. We talk about this every time. Having your larger pieces help really influence the energy of a room. And so sodalite is a really good calming stone. It's very calming. It's great for anxiety. It's great for stress. It's great for the emotions. So it's one of those stones. Most of the stones in the throat chakra zone area are good for all of the rooms in the house. And so, like I think we talked about in the sacral chakra, I said that maybe some of the stones associated with that chakra you might not want in the bedroom. They might be a little too energetic for you. But the throat chakra stones are soothing. They are typically gentle. And so you can have them in the bedroom. You can have them in the living room, the bathroom, the kitchen, wherever, your office. You can have them pretty much anywhere. And they will really just be giving out that lovely energy signature, really influence the energy of the room. And so that's a wonderful way to use them. And then, of course, the simplest way is you can just carry it around. You can have a tumble in your pocket. You can have a worry stone or a thumb stone that you sometimes just rub on. And if you're having a moment where you like really need to tap into the energy of that, like, okay, I gotta get up here and do this play. I have to get up here and do this speech. I have to speak in front of people at work or for my profession. And you have it in your pocket and you just get a little rub, and it really energizes you and boosts you to be like, okay, I got this. I can speak my truth. It's my truth. I got this. I know what I'm thinking, so I know what I'm saying. And so a lot of times we just need that extra boost of confidence to say, wait a minute, why am I nervous? I got this. got this. And so you can have it in your pocket. You can have it in your bag. So that's your throat chakra. The throat chakra is probably the chakra that I work on the least, which is, I'm not saying that's a good thing, okay? I don't want you to be like, oh, she works on it the least. That's good. No, it's not a good thing. I need to work on my throat chakra a lot more, particularly for like public speaking, because I get a little anxiety and I get a little nervous when it comes to like public speaking, especially in front of crowds and bigger audiences. And so your throat chakra is something you want to work on when you have that. And I have worked on it a little bit, but not as much as I should. And a lot of times I'm not even attracted to blue like that, which is interesting. I'm going to think about that a little bit more, because it's like, I always like to ask myself, like, why? I wonder why. Why am I not? Why am I not doing this? Why am I not doing that? Why am I doing this? And so the throat chakra is probably the one I work on the least. And so this video probably was the hardest for me to put together, because all the other ones I could connect with so well. And this one I'm like, okay, I know what the throat chakra is associated with. I know what it does. I know, but like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't connect with this chakra enough. So it was nice to do the video for me to be aware, like, okay, you need to work on that energy zone a little more. And truth be told, just by me doing this video, speaking to you all, I am working on that energy center. So it's a great start, and I'm going to continue to do so. Yeah, what was your favorite throat chakra crystal? One I mentioned, one that you have at home that I didn't mention? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. How do you feel about your throat chakra? Is it in alignment? Is it blocked? Maybe stagnant? Is it overactive? Let me know that in the comments. And yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good jazz. ZuZuNatural. Peace out.